Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on the yearly horoscope, yearly theme for all the Leo rising natives. So friends, the way I am approaching this yearly transit planning video for all the rising sign is very simple. In the last video we already have had our discussion the impact of the slow moving planets in your life, because that is how the yearly predictions planning through astrology is done. So we already have had our discussion on that. We have also discussed about the king and the minister of this year based on the panchang. So now in this video friends, we will try to look at that in which all months and the specific dates planets are going to be making some auspicious yoga in your life. So that if you are a kind of a well-planned person, you want to actually plan that in which month shall I consider buying a new car, or in which month shall I consider redecorating my house, or like applying for a job change. So this video and these timelines will definitely give you an insight how this month and this year, in short this year, is going to be turning out. And then eventually if I feel that I need to make one last elaborative explanation video connecting all of that based on the participation, we will take that into consideration. So okay friends, we will start our discussion. First I will give you a quick synopsis of what we have discussed in the last video. So friends, talking about from Jupiter's point of view, so for you in this year Jupiter is going to be transiting from your 11th house, getting exalted in your 12th house, and then moving to your first house. So very good news friends, Jupiter's transit, which in itself is a significator of the blessing and the grace from the 11th house, actually plays a very important role in fulfilling many of our lifetime wishes. When Jupiter transit from the 12th house, so friends, like there is one Upanishad channel on the YouTube. I was watching that. So in that channel it has been shown that there was this person, he was filled with all the vices and the sins, and when his right time of metamorphosis, of life-changing transformation came, when he was sitting in front of that person, enlightened person, he was in front of him, and suddenly all the thoughts of violence just wiped out of his body, his mind. So that is the level of purification and cleansing Jupiter gives when it gets strong. And for your chart, Jupiter is a strong planet for you, and it is going to get exalted in your 12th house. So many of the life problems will wiped out because of this entry of Jupiter in your 12th house. And based on the evolutionary level of the soul, this could also be the time of some deep sadhana, access to very psychic kind of awareness, and astral state could also be possible when Jupiter will be exalted in your 12th house. And eventually friends, at the end Jupiter will like enter your first house. That in itself is a very good sign. See, I'm sure that this year Leo Lagna natives have been at the receiving end of like the aggression of many people, like disappointments, rejection, like people have been pinning their failures onto you. Because when Ketu transit from the first house, this is generally, it has been seen that people become a victim of circumstances, they have to receive the blame of other people and all. And because Leo is all about people sitting in the throne, so they are at the receiving end. So I'm sure that with this entry of the Jupiter in your first house, blessing will be reinstalled in your life. Now friends, talking about from the Saturn's point of view. So Saturn is already transiting in your 8th house, and Saturn during this year majorly is going to be transiting in the Uttar Bhadrapada Nakshatra. So friends, it's not an exaggeration for the Leo Lagna natives. In the realm, in the domain of the astral entities, joint resources, occult, anushtan, pilgrimage, purification, cleansing, this year is very important for you. And when Saturn is going to be in the Uttar Bhadrapada, you will be guided by very practical, wise guru as well. Life will give you and teach you many things. Some practical life learning will happen this year. Saturn will ensure that. See, with Saturn, it has never to do with just being on fire and being cautioned and alarmed by someone. With Saturn, you have to get your hands dirty, you have to face the heat, and then you get the lifetime practical, experienced life lesson. Talking about from Rahu and Ketu, so yes, beyond any doubt, this axis is very sensitive, very volatile. Ketu from the first house, Rahu from the seventh house. So I'm sure for the Leo Lagna, this year was very difficult, whether you are in a public domain or even in your interpersonal relationship as well. So I'm sure that with this axis shift of Rahu and Ketu, lot of the clarity will come to you. I always say Jupiter is purely blessing, but the shift of the destiny, the prarabdha, the part of the destiny which is fixed, which needs to be endured, comes from Rahu and Ketu. The blockages which you are not able to remove from the life generally comes from Rahu and Ketu. A lot of the time people say that, okay, the marriage prediction, Jupiter transiting from the seventh house, seventh lord getting activated. It's not like that. Even after that, they are like those people who are not able to find someone in 10 years. Business is not picking up for 15 years. That means there is some blockages being created by destiny. And Rahu and Ketu plays a very important role over there. So okay friends, now just getting an insight of all of that. Now let's start our discussion on looking at some important timelines and dates for you which you can mark in your calendar. Now friends, to begin with, like majority of the Vedic astrologers, they also make the predictions on the basis of the first day. Like for example, when there is Chaitra Shukla Pratipada, the Hindu New Year calendar, right on that day, the first day, based on the planetary alignments, many astrologers give prediction. Some astrologers use the Mesh Sankranti, when sun transit the Aries, based on that day planetary alignments, they give prediction. Same is the way there is some relevance in giving attention to the planetary concentration of the first day of the year as per the English calendar. So if I were to give attention to that friends, in your case, planets are going to be aligned in your fifth house. Now fifth house is the house of the throne, your magnetism, charm, intellect, pur punya. So that in itself tells about, with the concentration of your ascendant lord, with the planet Mars, with Mercury, with Venus in this house, that you will start the new year, like entering the new year in a controlled state with lot of auspiciousness. Now friends, the next date which you have to mark in your calendar is January 16th. So friends, on January 16th, Mars is going to get exalted in your sixth house. So friends, first of all, we have to give attention to the role which Mars plays in your case. Now Mars in your chart is your fourth lord, and Mars is your ninth lord as well. So ninth lord getting exalted in the sixth house, and at the same time being well supported by your ascendant lord as well. So that also tells about that, yes, the domain and attributes of the sixth house are very empowered for you. And with sixth house, we see that your fighting spirit, your competitive spirit, your daily life, routine, structure, discipline, how you exert your authority and how other people receive that. Like sometimes we have seen, even if someone or the leader is very autocratic, the masses tend to remain very subservient to him. And they're like those cases, even if the leader is like very kind, the masses are rebelling against it. So I mean to say, in your case, the sixth house, if I were to give attention on January 16th, with this entry of the Mars in your sixth house, getting exalted, supported by the sun, this is actually giving this attention that if you have any important competitive exam planned during this time, stars will support you for the attainment of authority, position, like taking those important steps to get rid of your loans and all. It is going to be a very, very supportive time. So invincible energy for winning over anything. Mars exalted, conjunct with the ascendant lord in the sixth house. Now friends, the next date which you have to mark in your calendar is Feb 6th. So on February 6th, in your case, Venus will transit to the Aquarius sign. So friends, Venus in your case is a very important planet. Venus becomes your 10th lord. Venus becomes your third lord. So that means all the major career opportunities which comes to you, especially people who are in a public domain. Along with that, the matrimonial proposals. So all of that is being controlled by the planet Venus. Now Venus entering in the 7th house is going to be very supportive sign for that. And also friends, because with its conjunction with the Rahu, we say this thing that Rahu acts like a triggering point. So Venus is attraction and Rahu creates that spark. And Rahu and Ketu, they always have a say over the destiny connected, soul connected connection as well. So I would say that on February 6th, with this entry of Venus in your 7th house, it's going to be a very good news for the matrimonial blessing and the attainment of position. Uch Pad Raj Yoga, 10th Lord, 10th from it in the 7th house. Now friends, February 23rd, another day which you have to mark in your calendar is when Mars, Sun and Rahu are going to be there in your 7th house. So this is a typical combination of the attainment of the position, and this is equally applicable for the enhancement of your reputation, for commercial opportunities, or because of the support of the luck, running into someone like a cordial match we can see. So February 23rd is another day when Mars's entry, your 9th lord's entry in the 7th house, will pave path towards some auspicious collaboration. Now friends, the next date which you have to mark is in the month of the March, when on March 2nd, your 10th lord, your 3rd lord will get exalted in your 8th house. So especially those who are connected with like insurance, like occult, research, it's going to be very supportive time. And the next date you have to mark in your calendar is of March 11th, when Jupiter will turn direct. So friends, Jupiter turning direct in the 11th house is a very good news, because when a planet is in a retrograde motion, somehow it is more inclined towards fulfilling the promises from the past, working in the past, audit and the past files. But now, just because Jupiter being a good planet for you in such a auspicious house of wish fulfillment, when it will turn direct, it will actually start creating or laying foundation to some new auspicious beginning in your life. So very good news in the month of the March for the Leo Lagna. Now friends, April 19th, mark this in your calendar. On April 19th, Venus will transit to your 10th house. It is going to get strengthened over there. So that in itself tells about that it is going to be a good combination for the rise in status and gains of material things. Now friends, the next date which you have to mark in your calendar is of the May 11th. So on May 11th, Mars and Sun will transit to your 9th house. That means Sun, your ascendant lord, will get exalted in the 9th house, and the house dispositor in itself is going to be placed over there. So friends, this is generally considered as a time where you can expect a breakthrough in foreign affairs, visa related matters, success in the lawsuit, in the competitive kind of situation. You're working as a professional realtor, you are a politician. It is going to be a very auspicious, supportive time. Most importantly friends, we say that if Ketu is there in your 1st house and your ascendant lord in the 9th house, that too exalted, so the ancestral blessing, because of the blessing of the Kul Devata, blessing of the ancestors and all, many auspicious event happens in the life. Now friends, the next date which you have to mark in your calendar is of the June 1st. So on June 1st, finally Jupiter will transit to your 12th house and it is going to get exalted over there. So see friends, obviously Jupiter is like a good planet for you, but the goodness of Jupiter is not like the kind of role which Saturn plays for the Libra Lagna or Saturn plays for the Taurus Lagna, where it only rules the auspicious good bhavas. In your case, Jupiter being a planet of the blessing, it has got a rulership over your 5th house, but it also has got a rulership of the 8th house as well. So that means Jupiter will bless you in a form of like creating some new auspicious beginning in your life, but at the same time purifying and cleansing the old problems as well. So this is going to be the time and the phase when, beyond any doubt, when I talk about the positive, it can give you success in the foreign land, opportunities in the foreign land. It can also pave path towards many pilgrimages as well. But at the same time, if you have been dealing with any health related problem, any lawsuit related problem, so settlement over there, right diagnosis over there, clarity over there will come. So this is going to be a very good phase when Jupiter will transit to your 12th house, get exalted over there, and this will happen on June 1st or 2nd based on your location. Now friends, on July 16th, so that is going to be the time when Jupiter and Sun will get conjunct in the 12th house. So Sun being your ascendant lord, and I always say with Sun and Moon, they don't have ownership over the two houses. They just have ownership over one sign, over one house. So that simply tells about that wherever they go, the full intensity energy of that house goes with them. So that means if in your life, you are in a field of spirituality, import export, secretive, covert activities, clandestine activities, research, investigative matters, so this is going to be a very good time for you, and Jupiter is blessing this. So I mean, you will be purified and cleansed because of the blessing of the Guru being exalted in your 12th house. I always say 12th house is where the door opens from the other side. So, and with 12th house, why do we call this house as the house of the charity and the donation? See, it's not the energy like of the 6th house where you give someone money as a help, as a loan, and keep a track on it. But when we talk about 12th house, we just have to do and don't have to worry about anything. We don't have to calculate anything. Universe is taking care of us. That is the only reason, friends, I say that some of the people who, there's some dashas come and they become like a monk. They become like a sadhu, they become like charitable person, or get into a spiritual thing. But if your 12th house is not strong, imagine how will you be fed. See, I know that paying your bills is the most important thing and you have to be practical sometimes, but in the cases of people who have strong 12th house, nature is responsible for taking care of them. See, it's a part of one of the Sanatan Dharam Parampara, where the monks and the ascetics who used to take sannyas just to get rid of their ego, they used to go and get that begging alms like bhiksha. They used to survive on the bhiksha. But just because their 12th house was so strong and pure, like if they will not get food, even the nature and the divine and the devatas are going to be worried. So that's how universe takes care of them. So 12th house is very important, friends. It's like Jupiter getting exalted. So I mean to say, just surrender to the divine will, many things will happen or start happening on its own. Life will be in auto mode for you people. So Jupiter Sun conjunction in the 12th house, friends, July 16th, success in the foreign land and removal of the lawsuit. Now friends, the next date is September 18th. So on September 18th, in your 12th house, Mars will transit over there, will get debilitated. But during this time, there is going to be a Neech Bhang Raj Yoga, cancellation of the debilitation. So that in itself means that in the 12th house, your 4th lord is, the 4th lord's impurities, debilitation is being cancelled. So that also tells about that if there have been some impending, long recurring like lawsuit or family property dispute, so all of that can be removed, or you might get a clarity over there. If there have been some concerns of the debts, loans, over there you will find the clarity. You have some impurities in your character that can be cleansed during this time. So this is going to be a very good time with Mars completely getting weakened and surrendering to the divine, bowing himself, asking for the forgiveness to the Guru in the 12th house. So, and along with that, friends, like the other things like spirituality, or 9th lord in the 12th house, so going for some pilgrimage, or in the dreams, like getting the dreams of your Kul Devata, your ancestors, so all of that will happen. Travels will happen for sure. Change of residence can happen. Transfer, job transfer can happen. So a lot of the possibilities are there. Both are good planets for you, so expect only the good things for you. After that, friends, on October 31st, finally the Guru will enter in your 1st house. So Jupiter's entry in the Leo in your first house, the divine blessing will come to you, and all the entities, all the auspiciousness of the Jupiter will start influencing you. And friends, November is going to be a very auspicious month for you, because in the month of the November, Jupiter and Ketu are going to be conjunct in your first house. So this is going to be the time where we say that blessings, omens, shakun play a very important role, like suddenly activating something and those talents which are lying dormant in your body, so in your subconsciousness, can be accessed during this time. And we say that the pad prapti, attainment of the position, power, blessing, because of the grace, some auspicious beginning happen in their life. So a new chapter begins in the life, high possibility of that. And finally friends, on December 5th, the nodal shift will happen. Rahu Ketu will shift. So yes friends, I'm sure, see, even in my own birth chart, Rahu is there in the first house. Rahu in the first house is not that problematic, I'll be honest with you. But Ketu in the first house, Ketu is like a force which is not open to negotiation. You cannot make peace with Ketu. Ketu, we say that, like, even if it has to take birth after birth, Ketu never forgets. Ketu never leaves you. It is after you then. So yeah, but people who are born with specific talents, grace, kripa, blessing, the chosen one, people born with a specific birthmark, when they are born, some prophecy happens, all that magic, power, miracle is Ketu as well. But yes, in the modern day age, in the material world, Ketu could be difficult. That too, if you're already in a position of power, you are a CEO, you're in a top political position, you deal with public, it sometimes becomes very difficult. So I'm sure all of that which you have endured will stop bothering you. Again, see friends, it all comes down to individual to individual. If you are a person with a monk kind of mindset, ascetic mindset, so Ketu in the first, Saturn in the 8th house, there couldn't be a better time than this for the sadhana. And briefly, Jupiter being in the 11th, this is a typical combination of the omens are supporting you, you are deep in your sadhana, and you manifested something, you got that siddhi. But not every one of us is that pure, we don't have our attention and priority like that. So planets keep on doing their part, opportunity comes, window opens, and we missed out on that. So, but yes, if you have faced any material blockages in the life, with this nodal shift, things will be perfectly aligned for you. Rahu in the 6th house, you will again be empowered enough to win over competition, enemies. Ketu, the astral entity, will be back in the astral world in the right perspective. The omens, spirits, stop bothering and coming in the way of your life events, your life material engagements, and the marital life will also going to be secure, safe and sound when this nodal shift will happen. So yes friends, this is something which I wanted to say as part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification, you know what you have to do. Thanks a lot.